Hello, this is Miss Moon.
And Mrs. Moon.
And we are here today to talk to you about Rome. All about Rome. You should have Rome notes in front of you. There are some questions on there, and we're going to go over all of those answers. So make sure you're paying attention and you have your pencils ready to write. The first thing we want to talk about is, first of all, where is Rome? Rome is located in Italy. So Italy is a country, and Rome is a city that's located in the country Italy. So that's very important. You might want to write that down. Now let me show you where exactly we're talking about. Where is Italy? Well, let me show you where the United States is. Over here. This is the United States, and Canada's up here. We just talked about Canada. And this is Utah. So if you are going to go to Italy, you are going to have to fly all the way over the Atlantic Ocean. And do you see right here? This is where Italy is. So let me zoom in a little bit. You've probably heard of some of these other countries, Spain, France, Germany. Those are right next to Italy. And as we scroll in, you can see Rome is right here. So this whole thing is Italy. Rome is in the middle of Italy, kind of over here by the water. So that is where Rome is located.
And can you tell that Italy kind of looks like a boot? It's called the boot country, and it looks just like the shape of a boot.
Pretty cool. All right. So make sure you have that written down, that Rome is located in Italy.
Well, a few years ago, Miss Moon and I got to go on a trip, and we went to visit Italy. So we're going to show you some of the places that we saw while we were there. We walked across this bridge, and it took us to one of the first places that we went to visit. And it looks like this. Can you see that big white building right behind us?
Let's get a closer look.
Oh, there's Miss Moon standing right by that building. That building is a big church. It's called St. Peter's Basilica, and it's actually where the Pope goes to church. So if you've heard of the Pope, he goes to church in this big building. So we got to go inside and visit.
And this, I climbed all the way to the top of it. If you could see in that last picture, do you see up here? That is what it looks like from the inside. There were lots of stairs, and I was able to climb all the way up to the top. So that is St. Peter's Basilica. The next place that we went is the Colosseum. Let's talk a little bit about the Colosseum. The Colosseum is the largest amphitheater in the world.
I think that's on your paper.
Probably want to write this down. Colosseum. The Colosseum is the largest amphitheater in the world. We'll give you a minute to write that down.
All right, here are some other pictures of the Colosseum. It was a huge amphitheater, or a place where people would come and watch. Do you have any guesses of what they wanted to see inside? What was happening inside the Colosseum? Well, there were lots of different things that happened, but one of the most famous things that happened in the Colosseum were the gladiator fights. There's a little closer look of the side. Can you tell how old that is?
Yeah.
It's been around for a long, long time.
So the Colosseum had 80 entrances. So it was so big that they had 80 places that people could come in. And it could seat 50,000 people. And like Mrs. Moon said, people came to watch gladiator fights. Could you imagine watching gladiator fights with 50,000 other people?
That's about the same size as the Lavelle Edwards Stadium. If you've ever gone to a BYU football game, that's about how many people are there watching. So you can imagine how big that stadium is.
We're going to give you just a few minutes to make sure you write these numbers down. This is something important that you should write down in your notes. All right, and here's another picture from the inside. See how big that is? You can see these people. They look kind of small compared to the giant Colosseum in the background there.
And there's another picture of the inside. They were doing some construction when we actually went inside. And you can tell from the next picture that not all of the Colosseum has survived through all these hundreds and hundreds of years. So part of it has fallen away. But we want you to now draw a picture of what the Colosseum looks like.
So go ahead and pause this video and you can take a couple minutes to draw the Colosseum. All right, the next thing that we want to talk about is the Trevi Fountain. This is my brother and I. We are right in front of the Trevi Fountain, and let's talk a little bit about what the Trevi Fountain is.
The Trevi Fountain is a famous landmark in Rome, and it is made of the same material as the Colosseum. So it has been around for hundreds of years, just like the Colosseum.
This is very important that you probably want to write this down in your notes. The Trevi Fountain. It's called the Trevi Fountain.
And just like all famous fountains, people like to throw money into the Trevi Fountain too. They think it gives them good luck, or they can make a wish and their wish might come true.
So see all this water? We're kind of standing in front of it so you can't see a lot of it, but there's a lot of water down here that people would throw their money into. So let's talk a little bit about that. About 3,000 euro is thrown into the fountain every day. Every day, 3,000 euro is thrown into the fountain.
Probably just the coins, not the dollars.
Yeah.
Not the euro bills.
So 3,000 euro is about 3,500 US dollars. So that's a lot of money. And this is 1 euro. It's like kind of like a dollar coin in in the United States. So these coins are thrown into the fountain, and every day they get about 3,500 US dollars. And every night the coins are collected and then donated to a charity called Caritas, which is an Italian charity that helps people. So a lot of people throw in their money for good luck, and then they collect it at night and they donate it to a charity. So these are important facts that you probably want to write down on your paper.
Now we want you to draw a picture of the Trevi Fountain. So look at that picture. You can pause the video and draw your picture on your paper. All right, now we're going to move south a little bit. We're moving to the city of Pompeii. The city of Pompeii is part of the Roman Empire. So now Rome is a smaller city, but the Roman Empire encompassed a lot of space before. So Pompeii was part of that empire, and it's famous because it was covered by a volcano. So here's one of the things they've uncovered after hundreds and hundreds of years, kind of like the Colosseum. It was another place in Pompeii where they had gladiator fights. So the Roman city of Pompeii, as I said, is most famous for being frozen in time when Mount Vesuvius erupted and it was totally buried by lava. So it has taken many, many years, and they're just digging away at this old lava, and they're discovering that the city was frozen in time. So entire buildings now are still intact, but they were buried for many hundreds of years.
Could you imagine being in a city and then having a volcano erupt and bury your entire city by lava? It's pretty crazy. That's what happened in the city of Pompeii. So make sure you write that down. Pompeii. And then we'll give you a closer look. We want you to draw a picture of Mount Vesuvius erupting. What would that look like? Here's a picture that you can try to copy, or if you have a picture in your mind that you're thinking of a volcano erupting, go ahead and draw that on your paper.
We know third graders really like volcanoes, so now you get a chance to draw one.
And this is a cool volcano because it has a cool name, Mount Vesuvius. Go ahead and pause this video and finish drawing your picture. The last thing that we want to talk about is
the Triumphal Arch. This is actually located right next to the Colosseum, but there are different triumphal arches throughout lots of where the Roman Empire was. And the triumphal arches were built to remember military triumphs, or so when there was a war and they won, they would build one of these arches for their leader. And so this one was for the leader Constantine.
All right, now we have a question for you. This is the last question on your paper. Where would you want to go? If you were going to take a trip to Rome, what would you want to see? Would you like to see St. Peter's Basilica, run up all those stairs like I did? Maybe the Colosseum, where the gladiators fought? The Trevi Fountain, you could throw some coins in? Mount Vesuvius? Or the Triumphal Arch? Where would you want to go if you could go to Rome? And then on your paper, tell us why. Why would you want to go there? What's special about it?
All right. Well, Miss Moon and I went to visit Rome. It was a few years ago, but while we're learning about Rome, this next couple of weeks, we're actually going to be talking about ancient Rome. The word ancient means long, long, long ago. So many hundreds of years ago. So it's time for us to go back in time.
All right, we're now in 753 BC. So you are going to be learning about ancient Rome starting tomorrow, and you're going to start in 753 BC.
Which is when some of these landmarks that we just talked about were actually built.
So old. Ancient. Good luck!